Matthew chapter 27, verse 50. The Bible says, as soon as Jesus cried aloud and gave up the ghost, something happened. The veil that covered the Holy of the Holies tore into two from up down. Bless the name of the Lord. And everybody have access to God, not passing through the instrument of the priest, but you have direct access to God. Am I communicating now? As Steve that was not enough, the Bible said the earthquake. There was an earthquake that caused even the stones, the mighty stone, mountain, break in pieces by the earthquake after he gave up the ghost. Not just that. The interesting part is that what? As soon as he gave up the ghost, the Bible said graves opened. Graves. Not one grave, but many graves. Uncountable graves opened. It was not just his own grave that opened, but the grave of many opened. Many experienced that resurrection. The Bible said what? The body of the saint, many of the body of the saint are resurrected. Immediately he resurrected. They resurrected with Christ. They resurrected with Christ. He did not resurrect alone. Imagine if Jesus had not died and resurrected. That is to say that the body, there would have been no hope for the body of the saint that will lie in the grave. Praise the name of the Lord. So the death of Christ gave hope to the body of the saint. People who have labored for him, people who have dedicated themselves to him, good prophet of all, people like Abraham, they were lying in the grave. People like John the Baptist, people like Elijah, people like Elisha, and all the prophet Moses, all of them were lying in the grave. They were there. They were all there in the grave. After he died, the Bible said their own grave to open. Their graves open. And all of them experienced what? Resurrection. And where did they go to? The Bible said, verse 53 said, and it came out of the graves after resurrection and went into what? The holy city and appeared unto many. They all went together. They went into the holy city and appeared to many. He gave them hope. Bless the name of the Lord. And Jesus also, the resurrection of Christ, have given us hope, have built up our confidence that there is a life after this life. Am I communicating now? There is a life after now. That after we die, then when all hope is not gone, if native doctor will come to this understanding, they will give their life to Christ. If Ogoni people, if the witches and the wizards will come to this understanding, I believe the devil will not have any instrument to use. Praise the name of the Lord. Why you see the wicked man keep doing wickedness is because he believes once a man died, that man have died. There is no hope after death. That is what the devil, how the devil have blindfolded them, have darkened their eyes of understanding. They don't even believe that there will be resurrection. That is why they are doing wickedness. Praise the name of the Lord. As if that was not enough, let's open our Bibles to the Bible book of Matthew chapter 28.